Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I have a project pan update. I am doing a rolling style project 10 pan and I am so excited. This is my last update before the finale. I will end this in the middle of December and have a couple weeks of no project panning before I kind of figure out what I want to do for next year. But I have some really exciting progress. I'm really happy with where I'm at. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to start with the most exciting update because I can barely contain myself. So this is a long time coming. I finally finished my lipstick. This is the Ulta Beauty Velvet Matte Lip Crayon in the shade Terrestrial. And would you look at that? There is a flat top there. Hopefully this is picking up well, but that is all the way scrolled up. There's nothing else in, I tried to apply it and it's just the plastic from the edges rubbing. So I am so happy to be done with this. I am not going to be digging into this. I'm kind of over the color at the moment because I used it all year. So yeah, to kind of recap where I started, this has been my tracker sheet all year. So I had this much product and now I'm all the way done, which is so exciting and very fulfilling, to be honest. This is like a big deal. I'm very happy about that. So this is done. I had a total of 90 uses this year. I know for a fact I've used this, in prior years, not as much, but maybe like an additional 10 to 15 uses, but 90 uses this year to finish this sucker up. So I really just told myself you're applying this every single day, no matter what. Like even if you're not really wearing much makeup, just put this on once in the morning to get the usage. And I did. So very happy to have this out of my life and focusing on other lip products. The other long-term lip product I have in here is a lip liner. This is from Delilah in the shade Buff. I have not completed this. I have 74 uses in total. And I do have a little bit left here, just a little nub. I'm not too worried about completing this one. If it rolls over, it rolls over. Obviously, I'd love to complete it. Typically, when I use this, I line my lips and fill them in. So being that the lipstick is gone, maybe I'll just kind of use this as a standard lip color and then put like a gloss or something over it. But yes, so this has 74 uses. I do have a tracker sheet here as well. So it's this lightest blue at the bottom. So there's not too much left. I mean, I have made a good progress, especially considering I started all the way up here. So, I mean, there isn't much left and it's been very successful. I would love to have this out by the end of the year, but I'm not going to hate pan it either. So I'm just going to use it when I want to and not totally force myself. So this one is staying in, but the other one is rolling out, which is very exciting. I do have two other lip products in the project. So I have another lip liner. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Lip Liner in the shade Spicy. It's this really beautiful kind of like burgundy berry shade. I'm really liking it. And this is kind of like a lip stain. So when I put this down, I'll let my lips fill them. And I mean, the color stays all day. So I really do like this. And now that it's Thanksgiving, holiday season, this is kind of my go-to deeper lip. So I am happy that this is in here. I have used this 4 times. The goal for the project pan is to use it 10 times. So I have 6 more uses to go, but I'm not too worried about it. We are going to Manhattan for Thanksgiving, which I'm really, looking forward to. And I definitely will be bringing this with me as a lip, product to wear when we're out there. So this is staying in, but making good progress. And then the last lip product I have before we talk about other types of products is a lipstick. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipstick. I have the shade Black Cherry, and it's just a nice sheer kind of burgundy shade. So I can layer it over this lip liner well, or I can layer it over the nude and it's a little bit lighter. This is very comfortable to wear. I brought this to Miami with me when we were there in October and reapplied it quite a bit. So I've used this 7 times. I also have the goal to use it 10 times. So I just have 3 more applications until it's done. So this will be easy for me to complete before the next update. And I just really love the formula. If you want a sheer lipstick, I would love to get one of these in maybe a coral or a brighter pink for the springtime. It's just nice because it feels like a balm, but it's not so overpowering. Like it's just very thin, and then you can build it up, of course, but it's not too much if you're someone that doesn't want like a full-on color. So this has been great. So yeah, this is the lip situation. One is leaving, 3 are staying in, but I'm feeling good about it. Okay, let's move into eyeshadows next. I've got 3 eyeshadows to talk through. So the first one comes from my ABH Norvina palette, and I am working on hitting pan in the shade called Base. Base is this kind of white, creamy matte shade here. I use it to set down my eyeshadow primer. I also use as a brow bone highlight because I don't like too much shimmer there. So my goal is to hit pan on this. I've not hit pan yet. I have used this, let's see here, 14 times. And it's just kind of my standard go-to shade right now. I definitely have a dip in there, and these shades aren't too deep in the pan, so I do think that I can hit pan before the end of the year, as long as I just keep using it how I have been using it. So this is still a work in progress, but it is very nice, and it's getting me to reach for this palette a little bit more too, because I already have it open, and then I'm grabbing a few of these like nice kind of deeper shades down here. Have been gorgeous, so this is good. I also have a black eyeshadow that I am panning, and this is a ColourPop shade. So this comes from the Bare Necessities palette, which is the 30 pan neutral palette. I would highly recommend if you're a neutral lover. So my goal is to hit pan on here. I have not hit pan yet. This is where I'm at. So you can see where I dig my brush in there. I use this as a liner shade. So I wet my brush. I use a flat liner brush. I wet it with setting spray, and then I dig in here to get my pigment and draw it on. I don't wear liner every day that I wear makeup, or sometimes I jump around. Like I have these different blues and purples in my little palette that I've been liking too for a pop of color. So it's not something I use every day, but when I do want like a black or a brown liner, this is what I'm using. So I have used this a total of 12 times. I think it'll take me about 30 to 40 to hit pan. That's kind of where I've always been with hitting pan, but this is a very pigmented black, so it could take longer than like some of the chocolate browns I did earlier this year. So that's staying in and going well. I don't know if I'll have pan by my next update or not. I'd love to, but either way, it's just, I like having kind of a designated liner shade, designated setting shade, and it just makes it easy for me. And the last eyeshadow is a cream shadow. So this is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. And this is the shade Champagne Crystal, which is just a really pretty, like, I don't know, champagne gold shade. It's beautiful. So my goal has been to use this 10 times. I have used it 8 times, so 2 to go. I use this a lot in Miami when I didn't want to do like full makeup. And I seem to have this memory that this creased on me, but I did not experience that at all when I was wearing it. And I would wear it with a primer underneath. I would wear it without a primer underneath, and I didn't have any issues. So I must be misremembering or thinking of a different product or something. But this was nice just for like a quick, you know, kind of draw it all over the lid, and then I just take my finger and kind of pat in the crease to blend it a little bit so it's not a harsh line. But I really, really like this. I do have another shade in this format. It's like a taupe, so would recommend. I do have 2 more uses, which should be easy for me to do by the next update. And it was fun to kind of play with this a little bit more and check that memory, because I'm pleasantly surprised, you know, it's not true. Okay, and a couple of cheek products, and then I'm going to share with you the new items I'm rolling in. So I have 2 blushes to speak to. The first is a cream blush. This is from ColourPop. It's one of the blush sticks, and the shade Cool It. It's this really pretty kind of like, I don't know, bubblegum pink. It's definitely a cooler tone pink, not too warm leaning. Gosh, I'm having trouble talking today. My goal for the project pan was to use this 20 times. I've used it 21, and then I just kind of stopped counting. So I did reach the goal, and this is going to be rolling out of the project pan. I'm really glad I brought this in to kind of remind myself that it's a really beautiful formula. And I find that the stick format is like my favorite for a cream product. I'm just really liking that better than like a pan. It's so much easier. I don't know. So yeah, this is great, but it is rolling out of today's project pan update. And the other blush I have been working on is also from ColourPop, but this is a powder blush. This is the Fresh and Peachy blush. It's a matte peach powder, so it doesn't have any like shimmer or sparkle in it, which I like. I put highlighter on to give me some sparkle and shimmer. So in the winter especially, I really like a matte blush with like everything else going on in my face. So my goal is to use this 20 times. I have used it 7 times, so I have 13 uses to go. So this will probably be kind of like my go-to blush for the next month, so I can hit that goal. It should be pretty easy. I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, this is where I'm at. There isn't really any dip. I mean, I guess you can kind of see the rings through the powder, but that's very faint. Like, I think it's just the lighting picking up on it more than anything, because in real life, I don't see that too much. So it's very pigmented. I don't need, I don't need a ton of product, which is nice. So yeah, that is going to be staying in. And then the last product is my bronzer. I'm working on the bronzer in the Physicians Formula face powder. And this is, I can't believe it's not done, to be honest. So I am so close. I probably have like a week's worth of use left in here. So it's all around the edges, because if I do this, it looks done, but it's all around the edges here. So I do have side pan completely over here, as you can see. Then I have just a thin layer around the edges. So I'm going to keep using this until, like, if it crumbles and falls out of the pan, I'm not gonna like collect it and try to keep using it. But it's not done yet, even though I really, really wish it would be. So I've used this a total of 61 uses this year, and I already had pan on it. So I'll be really excited to have this done at the end of the year and have this little palette moved out of my collection. I did not finish these other two. The highlighter fell out, and then the blush I didn't care for, so I decluttered it. But I will finish at least one product in here. So this will be done by my next Project Pan update, mark my words. I really was hoping it was going to be done by today, but it's not. So this will stay in. So because I have a lipstick and the cream blush rolling out, I have room for 2 more products. And being that I only have another month left, I'm going to roll in 2 items that are pretty like easy. And if I don't complete my goals, it's not that big of a deal. So the first one is another lip gloss. I'm definitely into lip gloss season now. I really like having a moisturized lip. I'm looking at about 4 inches of snow outside. So winter is here where I live. And this is the I Heart Revolution Marie lip gloss. So this is from the Aristocats line. And it's this really nice, it looks white in the packaging, but it's kind of iridescent. It gives just like this pink shift on your lips that makes them look so juicy and plump. And I really like it. And I've been into cooler tone eyeshadows lately, especially kind of like silvery. So I think this is going to look nice to kind of pair with a cooler toned eye look. So my goal is just to use this 5 times before the next update. I'm sure I can get more uses out of it, but that's just going to be the goal, kind of a gimme. So this is going to be rolling in. And the second product that's going to roll in is my tinted moisturizer. So this is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I have the shade Fair. I do have a backup of this because this is getting really thin, as you can tell here. So I'd like to try to finish this in the next month. Day to day for work, I work from home, I wear a powder foundation, but when I want to have a little bit more coverage or something that's a little bit different, I will use this as my go-to product. So I do use this probably 3 days a week, I would say, like on the weekends. But otherwise I'm kind of into the powder foundation. So I may just substitute this a couple of days of the week to try to finish it up. But I have another one, and I'd really just love to move this packaging out before the new year. So not much left in here, and I'm definitely already kind of contouring it. So I think it's doable. We'll have to see. So those are the product updates for the month. I hope you are doing well with your project pans. Let me know how those are going in the comment section below so I can cheer you on as well. And that's going to be it for me. I will see you guys a lot more in December. I plan to do Vlogmas, which is exciting. So I have a couple more videos in November, and then I'm going to start prepping for Vlogmas a little bit, maybe like a few pre-filmed things just to get me a head start. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.